Hey SnapFlash fam! Today we're in Gaborone, where a bold warning has just shaken up the conservation space. A local NGO says Botswana's plan to approve a 430 elephant hunting quota in 2026 could spark chaos, not just for wildlife, but for the people living closest to the herds. And here's the part that hits hard. According to the Elephants Protection Society, this quota could increase elephant aggression, disrupt herds, and push more elephants straight into villages. That's not just policy, that's life and death for rural families. Before we unpack it, hit like, subscribe, and tap that bell. SnapFlash keeps you ahead of the story. At a briefing in Gaborone, EPS founder Oatsi Nawa didn't mince his words. How prepared is government to protect people once hunting disrupts herd structures, he asked. He argued the quota is being drafted without transparency or meaningful community input. Nawa says targeting the wrong elephants, especially matriarchs or specific age groups, can throw herds into confusion. When that happens, elephants wander, elephants panic, elephants enter settlements, and communities pay the price. Ngamiland and the Okavango fringes already record recurring deaths from elephant incursions. EPS says adding a 430 elephant hunt to that equation is like pouring fuel on a wildfire. EPS also warned that photographic tourism, Botswana's big moneymaker, could suffer. Stable herds equal reliable sightings. Disturbed herds equal unpredictable encounters.
Elephant Protection Society. Abbreviation EPS. For Monday to EPS, Elephant Protection Society was registered in 2019. Maikalo Mahulu medication between humans and elephants or wild animals. How can most yogan in Saronaha, Otagonahore, Renalito, Etuna, everyone Nalito, Eniani, everyone Nalemoto. Meotimazo Zetaros, Bonavanapi. Hanlevelato, Etuna. Now we are talking about the social structure of the elephant. So, meaning wisdom. Here, the legal super. Wisdom, the elephants, they got a very strong social structure, which normally is led by either matrak or the big bulls. So then, Harisana, Riponato, Enya, with the baby. So the baby needs a protection from the mom or from the big bull. Then Harisana, Ramanamoto. So, without elephants, without the human, those two, the ecosystem will be incomplete. So, as humans, we need to protect those elephants. And how do we protect them? We have to give them love. So, in other words, they share the same habitat, same environment. So, then, the Elephant Protection Society, you cannot separate those two. They need each other. So if they are all together, then the ecosystem is complete. And how can someone to me there should be one heart, one life. Jaka Hotueleti in a Hatsi Super Kaliemoti Halokani. Ronaldo Elephant Protection Society returned to the Hannibal 430 elephants being harvested within the environment. But talking about the local people that are living within the environment, or those are sharing the same habitat. Looking at human-wildlife conflict. If we harvest 430, the behavior of the elephant is going to change somehow. So we expect the next year, within the environment. Elephant protection strategy. We bank to whole guy. Rabu hemela batu baba ko huwa to agrito. Rabu hemela batu baba ko agrito. Katsila Endanger. That's why this talks about interdicting. We want to interdict this move until only clarification is super. Kawa Maun, black and white. The local community Katsila Endanger. Without that, then it's a problem. The social structures at home is very much complicated. House society is very strong. The elephants are divided into 2 units. You have your breeding head, which it more consists of females, the babies, and the youngsters. And then you have your the bachelor group, which is all male. And then you have your lonely bulls. Then if we look at the Quota or Quota during wildlife, for us they are targeting at 30 plus. For now, that unit in our bachelor group, it's at risk. Because that's where we are going to harvest. Since there was enough research on that regard. Or if there is not any research done, then why can't we review? Why can't we wait? Because the risk mind you that the elephant start to breed from 30 years up plus. So relieving the poachers, we are looking at the farmers, we are looking at legal hunting. By the the big bulls. The big bulls, we are to stay in a and what about the photographic industry? Hunting industry. So this is our concept. That's where we are. But no, let's go back, let's sit around the table and discuss this. And also other communities. I'm talking about the local communities. I'm not talking about people living in town. I'm talking about the people that they share some environment with those elephants. Or do we give them that opportunity to discuss? Or we just discuss by ourselves? But if we do that, then we've got a problem. Because at the end of the day, guests who come in from Europe come here for 14 days. They come here, they provoke an elephant, they shoot the elephant, off they go. Who is feeling the consequences? It's our community. So, elephant protection strategy. Let's look at the compensation. Someone will be killed by elephants. How much does he get paid for funeral service? It's only 75,000 pounds. And someone coming from Europe, coming down here to exploiting our natural resources. Barracks at 1.3 million, plus minus, somewhere around there. Mutola you are 75,000. Muto already santo, maybe last annual. And now barracks at 1.3 million. That's why no, there should be interaction here. So that everybody should be given that opportunity around the table. So what I have realized, the local people, but he want a piece of meat. That is a big insult. Come on. We should change our mindset, the way we are approaching all these things. So we are not against the government. No. Upon your own hearts, on the proper consultation, on the transparency, on the accountability. The locals, benefit As the Elephant Protection Society, we are traveling like day and night within the community, local communities. People are suffering out there. It's a big concern at the moment. More so that more mahumo asinga nakase. That authority to come and harvest our natural resources, where else people that are living with those animals suffering. I mean, if time permits, we are going to do interaction. Whatever the sale system of natural resources, it's enough for the community. Like I give you NG35, somehow it's going to be given maybe 10 elephants. So 10 elephants times 1.3 million. So one man will be pocketing 10 million within his pocket and off we go. How many people living within that NG35? So Ronaldo share if we need to share.
NAWA dismissed claims the NGO is influenced by foreign animal rights groups. We are a local organization, founded by a Botswana, funded from our own pockets, he said. He insisted the concern is simple: protect the people who live with elephants daily.
Because we are very much limited by the resources. So that we are using our pocket. We've never been given any funds anyway. However, we wrote a letter. That was last year. Quota 2025. President, Minister in Wildlife and Tourism. Unfortunately, respond that I say he respond whether you talk to them means nothing. But we did why we don't give them that opportunity or priority? I really know heart. Me hara you are responding. Hera sene satira respond na super meaning like this quote here. I think that's the other reason why we are here, because it's a concern. Because we've already proposed that. But let's sit down and talk, because it's a concern. And mind you that I'm not living in town, or we are not living in town. We stay with the animals, we stay with those elephants, we stay with those communities. So you should send a proposal, a Mopuso, but I don't know how Jabuja. Meona Tosa or Super Hori, had it was more than Kapula Janet. For a killer, the former, the late former, Kilwa or Gemini, Babuan Kajikazunis. No, we're there, and then let it. Megana, I need to worry. Kona Nabuzel, Kona Tata, Namora being a will Mozadi, Hilo Mozadi, Usuba a funny face. So what I'm trying to explain here, and I really let it cut. Because about talking about Lampo or Gemini, but about to see. Kurbuno Christian Tula may Kurba top you by our Emena Chavapa, Kanababa Emena Haditi. Then, which is something they only cannot even question it. Uma, when I'm talking about Zaranoma or Morakima, Morawa Ema, but you know what? It's another level because it's like now. The right is also to fear more. That's why we are here talking. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. So, Secretary of Super might take on our thing. EPS, it's almost 5 to 6 years old. The campaign is sorted. 2019 up to now. The war, if you are limited by the resources, normally, you are in South Africa. I don't know until if you have a guy, as you are saying, how do you know how to own a match? What are you going to say? What have you done? It is a Tito Copa. Mega Hallelujah 5, not 6. So we live by faith. That's why we are here. So the passion that we have is driving us. Because most of the time, people within the office, government offices, people are suffering out there. Lives of the kids going to school is at risk, and nobody cares. So, secondly, I was going to high school. My to go on EPS. We did a lot. It's a very small NGO, very local, but we did a lot of projects. We are the first NGO, local NGO, FIDA 2019. There were 300 people that were meant to die. At least we managed to save 200 from that 300. And guess what? Down the line, the government and their friends, they kicked us out from the project. It had to do what? Because we didn't have the resources. So my
EPS wants the 2026 quota stopped immediately until government engages affected communities and provides a real risk assessment. No quota without consultation, Nawa said. He also criticized sites for allowing elephant hunts without considering village-level consequences. The Ministry of Environment and Tourism has not commented yet. A final quota decision is expected later this month. So, SnapFlash fam, should Botswana pause elephant hunting until communities are properly consulted? Or is hunting still necessary for managing wildlife populations? Let's talk in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. More stories are on the way. Thanks for watching SnapFlash. From Maun to Gabs, from policy to the bush, we keep questioning and we keep you informed. Catch you in the next update.
Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.